What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting subject, and it is a no/low pop CoM technique. Now we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of this technique. Some of you may not have ever heard of it. Some of you guys may be currently using it, and you want to know, like, are you totally screwing yourself up here or what? I've never talked about it on the channel because I'm not a fan of this technique, because I'm more of a fan of, making a decent city for design or just setting your city up for maximum efficiency. Now, the thing with this game is that there are a whole bunch of different ways that you can play it. But what is the most efficient? That is the Missy's Building Guide. That's what the Missy's Building Guide has to offer, is the most efficient gameplay for a non-war based city. Okay? Now, you can go about your game in many ways, and you can play it however the hell you want to play it. But if you say, hey, I'm doing this, is it right or wrong? It's like, okay, yeah, you can do that, but this would be more efficient, right? Okay, so this no pop to win CoM technique, what are people doing? So basically what they're doing is they are making their city the way they normally would, building up regular residential homes and unlocking the airport and getting the VU tower unlocked and unlocking the global HQ and their 5-slot factories. They got all their stuff prepared, okay? Then they get to usually between level 18 and 20, right? Obviously, because they want to be able to join a group or whatever. Maybe some of them don't, I don't know. Anyway, once they unlock what they need to play the contest of mayors, like the airport, the cargo shipping, and all that, they then go through and they bulldoze all the stuff on their map, knocking their population down to basically nothing. This allows them to do upgrades in the contest of mayors for a really cheap amount of experience, right? So they can just do these upgrades and climb to the top of the leaderboards and win the contest of mayors at low levels. But what does this mean overall for your game? Because right now you guys are probably thinking, well, shit, why are we not all doing this, right? Like, let's go for it. Well, it's a little bit more complex than that. It's not exactly ideal. Okay, so think about it like this. If you want to eventually be in a position to, let's say that you don't have a feeder city, so you have no way to feed this city coins. If you're not level 24, then you're not going to be able to use tokens at all, like gold tokens, which means that production assignments are going to be extremely difficult for you, okay? Making coin is not going to be easy for you without a feeder. But either way, let's say you get beyond that. Okay, fine. Who cares about production tasks if you're doing upgrades, right? Well, what about the game in itself? How about the fact that you have now bulldozed all of your work and you have to rebuild it all over again? So let's say that you get to a certain point, you're leveling up and you're doing this and you're winning comms, and then at the end of all this, then what? What do you have to show for? Okay, you have your CoM winnings, but you would have had that anyways on the Missy's Building Guide. You would have had that with my CoM technique, right? So what are you missing that you wouldn't have? Everything. You're missing all your gold epics, which now are not going to be cheap to make because you've just been kind of sitting here slowly leveling up. I mean, once you get to level 24, is that it? Are you just going to go back and rebuild all your houses up? And when you do, what level are you going to be? Yeah. So you can pretty much kiss cheap epics goodbye. And that's kind of a big deal, considering that for a level 24 player with 3-pointers, with no, obviously you don't have regionals unlocked, so level 24 with 3-pointers, on average, costs you about 200,000 to make a gold epic, okay? Now, that's adding up all of the items that actually went into the epic project. A lot of people, they calculate their epics incorrectly. They look at the coins that they had before they started the epic and what they had after. That is not an accurate calculation at all. Okay, you're not accounting for things that you've bought and purchased. You're not accounting for things that have actually been donated. You're not looking at what specifically went into the epic project. We recorded people doing epics with 3-pointers at level 24, and on average they spend anywhere from 150K to about 200,000 per epic. Now, if you're doing this CoM technique where you're, upgrading for low amounts of experience, at some point you're going to want to have a city, right? You're going to want to have things and be able to utilize gold tokens and epics. And when that point comes, you're going to have to rebuild all of those houses again. Now, if you ever want to unlock regionals, same concept. You're going to have to build up your population to get that stuff unlocked. What about in November when the sale comes? The big 50% off Black Friday sale. You have to have population in order to even purchase these buildings. Do you know how much you're going to be missing out on just with the population requirements alone? And then once you hit level 30, you're a high level player, whether you want to be or not. So when you hit level 25 and you unlock a regional, you're a high level player. Or if you have no regionals and you're level 30 or up, you're a high level player. So, I mean, what have you accomplished by doing that you couldn't have accomplished with more by doing it the right way? So you have option A, where you bulldoze everything, have nothing accomplished but your CoM winnings, okay, but you can do upgrades, wasted experience. Or you have option B. You have your CoM winnings, you have your city intact, you've accomplished everything, you can buy stuff when it comes out, on sale, your epics are cheap, you're able to make coin at a decent rate. Overall, your gameplay is more satisfying because you're not just sitting there looking at a completely bulldozed map. How fun is that? I think a lot of people don't realize that, first off, you have to pick what the game is for you and what your goals are going to be. For example, I'm talking to a guy last night, and he plays War. He's got a lot of cities in general. This is not his only city. He's got a main city. So for this particular city, it's okay. He doesn't plan to turn it into a design city. He's not really doing anything major with it. He's just doing CoM winnings, taking those winnings, buying war cards, or whatever it is he's doing. But the point being is that if you're a war player and you're going to want to remain a lower level, but when CoMs and you don't plan to go past a certain level point, then that might be the route you would want to go. So let's just say you're a war player and you don't want to leave, let's say, beyond level 24 or something, right? Well, one, you have to have a certain amount of homes to even participate in war, okay? But leaving that out of it, that's not hard to accomplish. If you can win a bunch of CoMs at a low level using this technique, then, okay, you can do that and then not have to exceed past all of this to continue to get cheap war deliveries and whatnot. But the other issue is that you could have accomplished all of this just by using my low CoM technique, right? So, I guess it comes down to preference and what you want to give up. Now, if it was me, I would still go the other route, because even if, let's say I never wanted to leave level 24, I would still go the route that I have you guys go, because at the end of it, he has no tokens. He has no gold epics. So let's say that he hits his level 24 maxed out and he can no longer play CoM because he doesn't want to level up. So doing his CoM technique is over. That's it. Well, now what? Now he has no homes. So he has to level up to even build homes. He has no gold tokens. He has no epics to fall back on. So that's just it. Now it's just like a war city that has no way of regenerating actual, good amounts of coin. I don't know. Doesn't seem very smart to me. So at first it sounds really, great. It's like, oh, I can do this for so cheap and everything's going to be wonderful. And honestly, it's not. it's not all what it's made out to be. So you'll have to decide if that's something that you want to do or not. But like I said, just look at the pros and the cons, and I think you're losing a lot more than you're gaining here. I mean, if you're ending up with the same results anyways, if you're winning CoM anyways, why not benefit from all the things that you can benefit from? For those of you who have not hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you do so. You can join us on Facebook at SimCity Build at MissyAnne There's a page and a group. Hit like on the page, join on the group. You can join us on Discord. And if you're looking for a group on SimCity, you will need to be an active CoM player on the Missy's Building Guide or a high-level player with a decent city. Good luck to you guys this week in the contest, and as per usual, we will be doing walkthroughs at some point this week, but I'm focusing a little bit more on organizing the channel and getting some new videos out for you guys. So any video requests would be much appreciated.